Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're doing a video here on the zombie survival game online. I did say yesterday's video was going to be my last video for a while, but what I've been able to do is get into this live stream that's happening on Discord, and I just want to put your eyes on the product again. In this case, I've got a person that has an early access to one of their North American up all the time 24/7 servers. It's one of the it's just that if you did a Patreon donation to this company, and the company also gave away some free keys. It also allowed you access with playing the game. It allowed you access to all their early stuff. So this is the actual game we're watching right now. This is the game. So it's not the demo that we're watching. This is an actual server that they've got running, the development team's running. It's going to be one of the servers that you will be able to join when you buy the game. But the game isn't out yet. They haven't released the ability to buy it yet. In this case, these people were able to get early access to it because they were given a key privately from the developer, and they got that key because they're Patreon subscribers, or they gave money, they bought a package. It's similar to what you would do with Kickstarter. If you kickstarted if you did a Kickstarter, you might get the beta key that allowed you to get into early access. Now, my assumption with this is they're probably not going to wipe their servers before game day, so those people who have been playing will be able to be a little bit ahead of everyone else. I don't know how many servers they're going to have up, so if you have a problem with the fact that you don't want to go to a server where you're going to get PK'd all the time by guys who got into the game early, because that's always a concern, right? I mean, it's not level playing field if there's people on the server that's been on there for a month. And I don't know, my guess is they're probably not going to wipe the server. Why give early access keys like this and have people play the game and then take all their stuff away? I mean, but I imagine when the game releases, they might have some what they call fresh or day one servers that people can just jump to, and it becomes a level playing field. But if you want a challenge and you go to a server that people have been playing on, then it's a challenge, right? I mean, so it goes both ways. And if you could survive, at a disadvantage, that kind of proves you're a better player than anyone else, right? So this is it. We're watching. This looks like there's a rope here. So this is how the rope mechanics work in the game. Obviously you just go, push against the rope and just push forward, which would be your W key. And then when you get to the top, you kind of just jump onto the platform. It's interesting that the whole screen is green, and it's because that's the nuclear waste that's in the this is like almost like a parkour thing right here. Oh wow, look at this. This is like parkour, and you don't see this in a lot of games. Actually, what game that did this very well was Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 was awesome for what they call jump puzzles. And I mean, or what some people call parkour. And so jump puzzles are always a cool thing in a game. There are some gamers that will trash on jump puzzle mechanics in a game because they just think it's just kind of, well, I don't know. I don't know what the word or term I'll be looking for. I guess the easiest is like kind of Care Bear. You know what I mean? It's like, but I mean, if you're trying to cater to a larger group of players, right? Then put whatever you want in your game to cater to particular wants and needs. And jump puzzles or parkour puzzles are a way to add fluff to your game that attracts a different type of player, right? When I played Guild Wars 2, that was I had a friend that's all they did all day long was do the jump puzzles and try to beat their score. They ran a YouTube channel, and so his channel and his streaming was always him trying to beat the puzzle and do it as fast as possible. But he would and then any new puzzles he would find, or he would, this whole tight community. Oh, there's a puzzle here, there's a puzzle there. Go here, go there. So they were all working as this huge community. Like bouldering in real life. It's a climbing community that gets, everybody talks. Go to this gym or go to that gym and this wall or this route. this color code is what you want to do. And that happens in video games. People just love to do the crazy, side stuff. And the other thing goes back to like fishing mechanics. I don't know if this game's got fishing in it, but there are games that I've played that were like PvP games that people joined just to do the fishing. They didn't even do PvP. They didn't even bother going and try to grind equipment or guns. They would just go get the best pole they needed in bait, and they would just fish in the game. Actually, you know what game reminded me of that is the Black Desert Online. That was a good example of people just playing the game to fish. They didn't do any other stuff in the game. They just played the game to fish. So if you've got a game that adds fluff, that's what I call it in the way I look at it, you're going to get a different type of, player, and they're going to be mixed with, you got the cutthroat diehards PvP PK people who want to rape your ass and take all your stuff, and then you got the guy just sitting down there naked on the shore, and the only items he's got is a fishing rod and some fish, right? So usually the PKers leave them alone because what's the point, But people can survive in a PvP game doing those side things, and if that's what they enjoy. I mean, I've done a lot of these jump quests type of things in VR. That's always fun. I'm just waiting for him to get down the hill. He's been sitting at the top of this tower here. Wonder, there he goes. That's what I was just wondering, if you could just slide the. It looks like you take falling damage. I hadn't played the game long enough to even test out the falling damage, but this is the, this is the product. Obviously, it doesn't tell you how many points you took for damage, but I imagine if you fall off a mountain, I was just thinking that you could just slide. Oh, there's a good picture of the actual map of the server, because obviously that is more than the demo. And I wish they'd bring it up again there. I've got him muted so that because there's like 4 or 5 people in the Discord channel just talking, and I muted the channel just so that I could do this video. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It's in the water. There we go. There's the map. Now, I believe when you die, you drop all your stuff, and you get basically back to the minimal stuff that they give you when you start the game. So my thoughts are this person needs to get back to the mountain that they just fell down. I mean, that's the thing with a jumping quest like that. You kind of risk all your belongings if you mess up in a game like this. But I don't know if he knows where he needs to go, or if I think the map would mark where you last died, or at least help, or put a ping on the map to tell you where your crap is. There were some games that I've played in the past where when you died, it did get indicated, but it got indicated to everyone on the server. So you'd just, there was sometimes you just watch the server and wait for somebody to die. And if you see the stuff is still there after about 30 seconds and they died as something other than being PK'd, and then you just sprint to that guy's stuff before they could get back to it themselves. There was games like that it was really cutthroat. But a lot of games, when you die in a game, your stuff is indicated on the map, and if somebody runs by it or sees it on the ground, that's when they can loot it. If they happen to see it. Now, it's really hard, depending on what the drop bag looks like. You could have one right there next to the road and probably not see it. So really, it just comes down to, you as a player knowing where you dropped it and where you died and dropped it, and so go back and get your stuff. And a lot of times when you're obviously getting killed by another player, they're going to know that your stuff is there because they just killed you. But more or less, if you die in a video game like this, normally you can get your stuff back. I mean, there's not a lot of people, running around just looking for loot bags. Yeah, this is the graphics are really good. And the other reason why I wanted to show you this guy's stream was the fact that my laptop is not the best computer right now to be doing video gaming on because it's my business laptop, and my new computer is actually being delivered tonight. So I'm gonna have that up and running by tomorrow, and then I'll be able to do all the bells and whistles on my stream. Yeah, I mean the game, it's looking smooth. It's looking nice. Yeah, I think this person turned their music off to their game. They probably went and shut that off. That's what I do when I play a game. He's got the ambient sound on because we could hear that when he was attacking. But the music, actually game music, is not being played. Yeah. Oh, there's another zombie. Yeah. All right. Well, folks, I just wanted to show you this stream and show you that the game looks like it looks like there's a game here. You know what I mean? We've seen the demo. It's clear they've got a finished product ready to hit the market. It looks like their product has been well designed, or at least giving you enough to do, because the map looks pretty big. So this isn't one of those projects where you come out of the demo wondering if they actually have got something that's worth playing. It's clear that they've got something here. It's up to you if you think it's worth playing. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkus Zone.